Hi class, now we're going to write a code on testing of prime number. That is what we mean by primality test. And this program will be executed at command prompt with command line input, which means the input will be given to the program at the same time or at the same line that we key in the program name. We shall see what does this mean later. Before we start with the coding of primality test, let us revise the meaning of prime number, which is an integer. Of course, prime number is only defined on integer. That is the integer that can only be divided by itself or by 1. No other integer smaller than that number can divide the number. Mathematicians has many algorithms or method to detect prime number, but for our class, we take the easiest one, the brute force, which may be the easiest to implement and understand, but it is not the best way to test primality when the number is really big. So the brute force test is by starting to divide the number with 2. Why we start with 2? Because we don't want to start with 1 because 1 is already known to be able to divide any number. We test the divisibility with 2 and increase the number that we test divisibility to 3, 4, 5, and so on until half of the number. Because half of the number is actually the division by 2. That is the largest number that possibly can divide the given number. And if we found one number between 1 and half of that number that can divide the number accurately, then the number is not prime. Otherwise, meaning when we start dividing by 2 until the end to the half of the given number, we cannot find any number that can divide the number accurately, then that number is a prime number. And we want to write the code so that it is able to accept command line parameter. So what is the meaning of command line parameter? This is command line parameter. Let's say we code the program which name is prime, and we want to test whether 23 is a prime number or not. We straightaway give number 23 immediately after the program name, of course with a space at least. And to be able to do this, we need to manipulate two built-in variables. Number one is argc, stands for argument count, that represent the number of words or token that we key in at command line. In this case, if we write like this, is prime 23, argc will have value of 2. And the other one is argv, stands for argument vector or argument array, will have the number of element the same as argument count. But the array will be the array of string. So in this case, argv0, the first element in the argv array, is the name of the program itself. So if we want to access the first parameter that is applied to the program, we have to refer to that value using argv1. And if this is the program that we are writing, if we code the program correctly, if given 23 to be tested as prime or not, it will write 23 is a prime number. Let us start coding this one. Start the console application on Visual Studio 2015. This is what you get after the code is auto-generated. As we mentioned just now, in order to use command line argument, we need to use two built-in variables, which is argc and argv. Those two variables have to be declared first. Where do we declare? We declare inside main function as parameter to the main function. So the first one is argc is only an integer argc, and the other one is argv, which is an array. Array of what? Array of string actually, but in C way of doing things, we have to declare this as pointer to character. But actually, what it means is pointer to string. And we will be converting this to actual string object of C++. And since we want to use C++ string object, don't forget we have to include in our stdafx.h the string definition. So we need to include string. Choose the one without .h because the one with .h is meant for C only. But we want for both C and C++, we choose the one without .h. We can save the .h file, close it. Then we quickly grab the parameter or the input that's given to our program. It is a string, so we have to declare a string variable to keep this parameter. We need to put std : first because this code is not defining a standard namespace. We have to precede any reference to names using standard namespace with std : So we want to declare string. We put std : and then string. Let us call this string as the number str. We include str in the name because we are going to use a similar variable name that will be the type of integer. Then this variable we quickly assign with the parameter which is argv1. Then getting the number as string, we need to actually convert the number to a real numerical value declared as integer. The number in integer, we assign, again we have to put std : because we need to call the string to integer converter function from standard namespace. So the conversion function is stoi, store. What value do we want to convert? The value that is stored in the num string. That is it about getting the value from command prompt. Then the rest is to process our business logic to decide whether or not the number given to us is prime number. In the definition of the brute force testing, we need to divide the number starting with 2 until half of the number. This means we need a loop. So obviously, for loop is the best in this case because the stepping is clear. It is a increment 1 by 1. So let us set up the for loop. We give C as the loop parameter. We start with value of 2. C will be the number that is going to be tested divisibility on. As long as C is less than or equal to the num integer divided by 2 and the stepping is C++. And what do we do inside the for loop body? We test the divisibility. If the num string mod C equal to 0, or we can read this as, this has to be integer. This can be read as if the number divided by C has remainder of 0, then what does this mean? Okay, before that, let us put an extra precaution by putting the mod operation in its own bracket. So if there is no remainder, if the number divided by C, then what we do is we straight away print saying that it is not prime. We match the %d with the num integer. And after that, we have to quickly stop. Stopping in this case, we quickly return, exit the program altogether. return 0. Why? Because if we find one number can divide the given number, then we know that the number is not prime number anymore. We don't have to continue. If we continue, then there is a possibility that we will be printing this printf more than once. Let us try that case afterward. If there is no case of this, meaning there's no such case as C can divide the num integer accurately, then we will finish the loop, and if we finish the loop, we put a printf saying that it is a prime number. Or we can just copy and paste from here. That is it. Let's compile and run in command prompt. If we run this program as usual by typing the name on the console like this, it will fail because the program is expecting one number to be given to it, but we didn't give any number. That's the reason of this crash. So we need to give the number that the program is expecting. So just click abort, read again, prime 23. So it is written here, 23 is prime. Let's try with a non-prime number. For example, 12. So 12 is not prime. And let us see the case if we somehow miss out the return 0 in the for loop. Let's say we miss out that line. Save it. Rebuild. If you run again for 12, we will see that the message is printed many times because 12 can be divided by so many numbers. For example, by 2. So this first printing, I'm sure, is due to the divisibility by 2, and then by 3, and then by 4, and then by 6. And then because we didn't return, it still reached this printf, telling that 12 is a prime number, which is not true. This is the reason why we need the immediate return 0 in the for loop. Let us restore this return 0. And that is all for this primality test.